Welcome back. You're watching All About Stocks on ET Now. Thank you so much for staying with us. Now, we do know that the RBI on Friday night released the norms for new banking licenses. This is something we've been looking forward to for a very long time. I'm going to bring in my colleague George. Now, George is our editor of banking. He's been kind enough to look through those norms and take us through what the impact is and how this has changed from the previous gist of the norms that the RBI had given us earlier. George, take us through those norms.
Well, Faye, yes, the final guidelines are indeed out. The only big change in the final guidelines is that from the RBI's earlier stance, where it said that no corporate with a presence in real estate, construction or broking services will be allowed into banking, it has now said that any corporate with a clear track record will be allowed into banking. So that's the one big change that's come out in the final guidelines. Apart from that, some of the key factors in the final guidelines are that 25% of the branch network of the new bank will have to be in unbanked rural centers, and they've defined such centers as places with a population of 10,000 or less. So this essentially makes it a big challenge for the new banks to create models or business models by which it can actually make money from these centers. So if you're talking about a bank with a branch network of something like 300 total branches, 75 of those branches will have to be in centers such as these. So they've got to be profitable, and these banks will have to come up with models by which they make these profitable branches in the smaller centers profitable. So that's a big challenge. Again, one of the criteria for the RBI was that at the earlier stage was that corporates will not be allowed to use their brand when they set up a new bank. That is on that issue the RBI has remained silent, so we're assuming that these corporates will indeed be allowed to use the brand, which goes a long way in terms of attracting customers. Apart from that, no changes really from the earlier draft guidelines, so it will be interesting to see how many corporates do actually apply for the licenses, the deadline for which is the 1st of July.
All right, George, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you helping us out on All About Stocks. George Cherian there, the editor of banking on ET Now. It's time for me to bring in a guest. Jagannathan Thunugutla of SMC Global joins us to help us understand how those banking norms will impact stocks and if there are any opportunities for us on Monday morning. Jagannathan, thank you for joining us on the show. Tell us, first of all, like George was taking us through those norms just now, tell us how much this changes the list of hopefuls that we've been looking at so far.
Earlier, there were many restrictive clauses like broking companies and real estate companies were not allowed to get the banking license. Now such clauses were removed. What it shows is that the RBI wants to make the new banking license as broad as possible, because once they get the applicant, then RBI can easily pick and choose to whom the license has to be given. And considering also that 25% banks have to be in rural banks, so meaning thereby the RBI is trying to increase the financial inclusion. That is also a welcome move.
Now, we know there are a lot of companies that have been hoping to score a banking license from the RBI, but from these norms that you're looking at, can you take us through a list of names that you think will now qualify?
I feel the players like Bajaj Finserv, M&M Financial, and Shriram Transport Finance, they will. I'm sure they will push their luck by being NBFCs and being in the business for decades and with strong management pedigree. I think all of them will try to apply, and also many other broking players also who have been waiting, be it Religare, Edelweiss, and those segment also probably will also be applying for this banking license. So some expected names will be coming into the reckoning, and I think while some people expect that IFCA may be in the place, somehow I personally feel that IFCA may not be in the race. IFCA may be merged with one of the existing banks.
Jagannathan, we've been talking about the fact that the market has been soft over the last 1 week. Now, given the names that you just gave us, if I were to ask you to pick one strong stock that you think stands the largest chance to win a banking license and of course offers the most value in terms of where its stock is trading right now, which one would you buy on Monday morning?
Probably Shriram Transport Finance and Bajaj Finserv. And one surprise package that may come from altogether from nowhere is Sundaram Finance. Again, a south-based strong player, not in that much buzz in comparison to many other players. So probably Sundaram Finance may be one interesting candidate.
All right, Jagannathan, thank you so much for joining us on the show and helping us understand those banking norms a little better. Of course, if you have any questions about anything you heard on the show, you can write to us. There's an email ID at the bottom of your screen. Next week, we'll bring you the impact of the budget and we'll tell you how it will change your stocks portfolio. Thanks for watching All About Stocks.